I think everyone, when I say everyone, from the ILO to the European Union to various litigation cases around the world, are wrestling with the question of platform workers, their designation, and what their rights are. So doing an event like this on platform workers in the Middle East, North Africa region is tremendously important because there's a global conversation happening. So we found that while platform workers were entitled to social protection under the Morocco Social Protection Project, not a single one of them was actually enrolled in social protections. Some of the companies did provide limited workplace accident insurance, but the workers that we talked to did not have any social protection coverage. We found that workers were working and not getting paid for it. Required to log in 15 to 30 minutes before their shift starts with no pay, training days with no pay, and they pay out of pocket for any equipment that they're required by the company to wear while on the job. There was a lot of concerns around accidents, safety on the job, and they wanted a certain guaranteed minimum wage pay that's guaranteed. Work hours, the number of work hours was a big issue, and they wanted dignity at work. Ultimately, what all those things amount to is dignity at work, and they wanted the right to be covered under the labor protections that other workers in Morocco are also covered under. The UMT, the Moroccan Labor Union, is especially interested in unionizing this workforce and figuring out how to do that. Now, it's an incredibly difficult workforce to organize. Turnover is high. There's no physical workspace. And the companies don't want the delivery workers to unionize. But despite all these difficulties, our partner, the labor union in Morocco, wants to figure out how to unionize and give voice and workers' agency to platform workers, which is really important to do because workers globally have gone on strikes. They've had work stoppages, logouts from the applications, and they tend to be in reaction to any pay algorithm changes. And what we and our partners would like to do is, as we talk about it, is move from mobilizing to organizing, as one of my colleagues talks about it, which is instead of these ad hoc protests, really have a representational structure and an infrastructure for platform workers where they can exercise their workers' agency in an ongoing way vis-a-vis the employer, vis-a-vis the government. The research itself was a very important step towards this front. It was the first research of its kind in Morocco. We know that our partner, the labor union, was interested, but there's no information, there's no data. So the research itself was a really important step in showing us and our partners what could this look like, where could it happen. So that is the first important step, and there is now a really serious appetite and willingness on the part of the Moroccan labor movement to figure this out. without question, freedom of association. That despite the misclassification of delivery workers as self-employed entrepreneurs, but beyond the debate of whether they're self-employed entrepreneurs or whether they're employees, they have a right to freedom of association, they have a right to dignity at work, and they have a right to social protections. There is current settlement cases globally that shows that this can be done, that delivery workers can be granted the freedom of association and the right to collectively bargain regardless of how they're classified. So there are examples